Hello everybody, I'm David from Game-Refraction, and I'm here with the man, the legend, Garrett Wang. How are you doing at the
I'm
Expo?
doing good. I just want to correct you. Most people do say Wang, but it's actually Wong. It's pronounced like an O. It's like a soft A, so
I apologize.
that's all right.
All right.
I'm not mad at you.
That's good. Not going to punch me in the stomach?
No.
It's a funny story with that, but I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So, this is your, how many times have you been to Calgary
This
Expo?
is my first year was 2012. I didn't come in 13. I came 14, 15, 16, 17, my fifth.
Wow.
My fifth Expo, fourth in a row. Yeah.
And you've been to the Edmonton one as well?
Yes.
Which one do you like better?
Calgary.
Any reasons? It's just
It's bigger.
bigger?
Yeah.
It definitely does feel bigger.
Yeah, and it's easier to get from the airport to downtown in Calgary than Edmonton's crazy.
It is.
You're driving forever before you get there.
So you played Ensign Harry Kim on Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah.
What were your greatest memories of Voyager?
Ooh, probably friendships. You know, some of the moments I've shared with the castmates when the camera is not rolling. So we really you know, being the bridge crew, we cut up a lot just because when you're shooting on the bridge, it's a long and tedious shoot day, filming day, and you tend to get bored. So you try to do things to pass the time by and make things interesting. And yeah, so that's usually stuff that I come up with because I was the youngest one of the bridge crew, so I was just coming up with goofy things. You guys remember Riverdance, the Irish dance troupe or whatever? So I would do. I got up and I got all the rest of the guys together. I said we should do Riverdance for Cape Mulgrew, being Irish American. So we sat there and did a whole little impromptu Riverdance on the bridge, which was hilarious. Yeah.
What was your favorite episode to film?
Favorite episode to film was probably Caretaker, the first episode, because it was typically we take 7 days to film one episode. Caretaker was a two-parter, so it should have taken 14 days, but we actually were allotted 31 shooting days to film that. So it was multiple locations, so it felt like we were filming a movie, you know, a feature film. So that's what made me remember that to be my favorite experience.
Now I know Kate Mulgrew wasn't their first choice for captain, and
Correct.
they did shoot a pilot with, I can't remember her name.
Geneviève Bujold,
You're right.
yeah, French-Canadian actually.
As much as, you know, a French-Canadian would have been great, Kate Mulgrew was she filled that role perfectly.
She did.
Now, what was your choice? Like, if you had to choose between either one of those, which?
Well, you know, there was also someone else that they were considering. They were considering Lindsay Wagner, Bionic Woman, and at the time she was known for all these Ford commercials that she was doing, where you saw this. She would talk about Ford, and you'd see this image, a graphic of a Ford pickup truck, and you heard this like stamping sound, built Ford tough, and I thought that would be hilarious to see the USS Voyager in the entry credits, and built Ford tough on the side of Voyager like that. But between Geneviève Bujold and Janeway, they were completely different takes on how to play Janeway. Geneviève was much more of a, I would say, almost a French art house film kind of, you know, type of technique in terms of she kept everything in very quiet, you know. It wasn't boisterous. It was almost like it was anti-captainish in a way, you know, because a captain kind of has to be heard and has to make all their commands heard, and Geneviève really was not doing that so much, you know. But not to say that she would have been a bad captain. I just think it would have been a different approach. Yeah.
Seeing a 2-hour pilot and filming a 2-hour pilot, and then filming 7 years is probably going to be totally different.
But you know, Geneviève was only there for 2 days. She was there for the first day, and then the second day at the midpoint she quit. And it's good because no one ever saw her as the captain, and for, you know, I am, as a fan of television myself, I know that other people will agree with me. When you watch a television show and you're used to the characters that you've been introduced to, and a year or 2 years down the road they replace somebody with a completely different face, it's annoying, it's distracting, it's tough to, like, you no longer have this suspension of reality anymore. You're sitting there going, what just happened? This person is not, you know, like for instance the doctor on TNG when they replaced Gates McFadden Crusher with the other
Kate Mulgrew,
Diane is it Diana Muldaur or the other
Right.
there was another female doctor that took Kate McFadden. Yes, exactly. And yeah, it wasn't, they didn't replace the same character name with another actress, but still it was like, it's a little jarring to see that new face.
So, are you a big fan of all the Star Trek franchise?
Yeah, I'd say I'm a fan of all sci-fi, so all Star Trek falls underneath that. I mean, I have certain Star Treks I prefer over other Star Treks, that's for sure.
Other than Voyager, what is your next favorite?
My ranking would go Voyager, Deep Space Nine, original series, TNG, Enterprise. So, sorry Enterprise.
Mine would swap original and Next Generation. But
okay, and that's about it?
Pretty close. Well, Deep Space Nine and Voyager are fairly close. They're both really good series.
Yeah.
Voyager's probably my favorite.
Oh,
I just
good.
like the whole premise of it. So
you're not just saying that?
No, I'm not. No, for sure.
Okay.
What other shows do you like on TV?
I've been binge watching The Flash right now, so I've been kind of mired in the DC world for a while. I binge watched Gotham, and usually I do this binge watching because I end up moderating panels with these actors in them at these various conventions, because other than Calgary, I offer my moderating skills at Denver Comic-Con, which is another 100,000 fan convention like here, Dragon Con, so I sort of make sure I know my other fan fictions. So, but I like those two shows. Fan of Walking Dead, fan of pretty much anything that you see here. Star Wars was my entree into sci-fi, and so I saw Star Wars before I saw Star Trek. But Firefly, big fan of Firefly. Another show that I really like that I didn't give a chance to when I was on Voyager, and a lot of it is because when I was filming Voyager, so from 1994 to 2001, any shows that happened in that range of time, I didn't really watch them. Like, for instance, like non-sci-fi show, ER. It was the same time Voyager was on. Friends, the comedy, same time Voyager was on. Didn't really watch any of that, really. But the sci-fi show filmed in Australia with the Muppets in there. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. They have the lead character is John Crichton. Farscape. Oh, I keep forgetting that name. Have you seen that yet? Oh my gosh.
I've seen some episodes of it.
You need to sit down and watch it sequentially. It's wonderful. I was turned off to it initially because they have a Muppet in there, and I thought, a Jim Henson Muppet? I'm not going to love this at all. No. And then I saw it and I said, oh my gosh, it has just the right amount of drama and comedy, and that's one thing that I wish that Voyager had more of, more comedic moments. And yes, there's comedy in there, but they sort of kind of relegated all the comedic moments to Neelix and the Doctor. So all the human characters didn't get to be funny. And I thought, no, wait a minute. If you watch the original series, if you watch the end of the episode, it's always Bones, Kirk, and Spock kind of messing around with each other. Why couldn't it have been Janeway, Kim, and why did you have to let the holographic Doctor be the funniest guy on the whole show? That's not fair,
Exactly.
because they lost out on the potential and the talents, the comedic stylings of all the other actors that played the human roles. Because I'll tell you, Kate Mulgrew is hilarious in real life. Robert Beltran's very funny. Robbie McNeil is probably the funniest person I know. Tom Paris. But if you watch Voyager, you would never guess that Tom Paris was the funniest guy, in my estimation, of the entire cast. You don't know that. So, yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Hope you enjoy the expo.
Thank you so much.